Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine, and it's time for sketch number 2 from the Creative Memories Virtual Crop for December 2023. And we are going to be working with the Adventure Parks collection, the one I had just arrived yesterday. So I'm excited that I saw this sketch and it gave me the idea of something I mentioned when I was introducing the collection in my live streaming yesterday. So let me get things switched over so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a little bit of a busier layout than what I typically do, but I thought, sometimes it's nice to do things that we wouldn't normally do because you might see something that you actually like. You never know. Here is our sketch, and I noticed these angular lines going across the page here. And I thought, you know what? That's reminds me of what I was talking about with the film strip. So I grabbed the film strip page and I didn't want to do all this on camera because go figure, it's a little bit busy. But I went ahead and got it started. The back side of the film page is the one with the red dots and stars. You can see it here. I also did pull out one of our Fast to Fab pages, and I'm turning this layout into a 2-page layout. This is the one with the red dots on the back. I'm actually going to cut through the middle first because I kind of wanted to show you all that I did run some of the strips through both of the pages. I started on the right side of the page and I am finishing up with the left side now. And when I started, I just lined it up kind of with this dark blue line. I pulled out my 0 centering ruler and I just followed the line of the diagonal that was already here. And then when you look at your 0 centering ruler, we also have lines that run all the way through the ruler as well, going down. And honestly, it just made my life so much easier with putting this together. So I am now going to flip this over and cut these extra bits off of here so we can put some on to finish up our lines on this left side of the page here. Let's get this cut here and finished. It's so much easier when you can flip it over and actually cut it. See what you're doing here. And some of them have a little bit of tape and some don't. And I just kind of varied. Sometimes I wasn't sure if I'd make it to the end or not. And others, I could tell I wasn't quite going to be to the end. Okay, come on. Get out of the way. And then the other thing I did, so when I cut the film strip paper, I first took off either end of the page. So it wound up being almost 1/8 of an inch by 12-inch strip that I took off of the edges of the paper. And then when you cut these little panels of the actual film strips out, they're just under 3/4 of an inch. So hopefully that helps somebody. But basically you just use your custom cutting guide, or not the custom cutting guide, the cutting guide that I'll show you on my trimmer in just a second here, because that's what helps you find this space in between the two white film strip parts, if you will. And then it's just kind of like putting a little bit of a puzzle together. If you have a little bit that you need or don't need, you're just going to match it up at the end. But let me show you first what I'm talking about with the trimmer, because we have these cutting guides that come down from the top and from the bottom, and they run right along where our blade cuts in the trimmer. Here you go. You can see it right there. And that's what helped me figure out where I was running. There's also a line on this white part here from our blade housing that also helps line things up as well. So I hope that helps. If you decide you want to try a layout like this, like I said, I kind of understand that it is a little bit busy, but I think it's actually kind of cool, and the end result's going to be really nice. Okay, these keep sticking to my tape runners, and I'm going to show you where I'm going to put those coming up. But first things first, let's get these last couple of pieces on because I have some white space down here. And then I will just, basically what I tried to do with the other part was I matched up this white line, and you can see where there's basically supposed to be a white line right there. So I'm actually going to cut off just a little bit from this one. Most of the ones I layered over in the middle, I didn't worry too much about that, but this one it just kind of needs that little bit of extra help here, getting lined up. And then I'm going to just take off right here and create more of a straight line because I lined up these kind of with the edge of the red border on the side of the Fast2Fab page. And now I need just one more little strip in here. I don't know if I have one already. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing I did with the other one and just take a larger piece. And essentially this used the entire 12-inch page. And you can see here's the white line on this one. There's a white line there. Let's just line those two up, follow the direction we're going. I'm going to grab my scissors and just kind of cut through where it touches. Oops, I didn't quite cut straight. So that's the beauty of paper, is you can always fix it. Isn't that nice? It's very helpful. Okay. Put my ruler away, and you can see where we have just, I did piece together a few of them along here. So here I'm going to show you one of my seams up here where, so this one is actually layered over and pieced together as well. But you can see once you put those pieces together, it's kind of hard to tell exactly where I did it. And it just kind of helps. So this was the end of the paper, the very top and the bottom before you got into the film strips. And I just kind of want to run these here. I think it just is going to add a little extra bit to our design here. There we go. Maybe break up the red just a little bit. And okay, and I'm going to continue my busy streak here with my mats as well. So like I said, don't judge if this is the first layout you're watching me do. Don't judge me just on this one. I just did Nordic Winter and it turned out beautiful. This one it's just kind of, I'm just trying to have a little whimsy and a little fun here. And that's kind of what this collection brings, I think, to the table a bit as well. So I have cut mats from our paper here that had stripes, because why not? I also pulled out a couple embellishments. You know, we have the striped paper. It matches the Fast2Fab. It has our admission tickets on the back side of it. And I'm just going to put them in here, and we're going to kind of continue the flow of the paper going in the same direction as what's coming in from the sides of the Fast2Fab. These are all 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mats, so they're large enough that you can put your photos on them right away. And this goes up here. This is going to go here. I pulled out a mat for our journaling because on our sketch, we didn't have space for journaling. This is going on this side. Sorry about that. I'm moving my whole thing here somehow. And then this is going to go here. I found this really fun camera that's probably going to go up on foam squares. This was wonderful. We're never going home. And some balloons that match our balloons over here. I just thought it was nice to kind of have a little symmetry on this one. And I'm going to show you, the sketch only had 2 photos. And you know, that bugs me. I always like to find space to put at least one more if I can. And this one I didn't as much. Now, of course, you can cut more mats. And on these edges, if I can get my sketch out of the way again, you can definitely add another photo here. Maybe put this up here. And you can add another one down here. And also, if you don't want to do this, so I pulled out a couple of envelopes from our blank card kits. So if you want even just to cut white cardstock and you don't want to cut the diagonal paper, to add extra whimsy and fun to your page and make your photos really pop, here you go. You can do white mats as well, and it'll work just fine with this layout as well. I just kind of figured I'd go for it and have some extra zing on the page here because this collection is, again, just so bright in all the primary colors. Let's start sticking some of this down. And as always, if you like the layout, give me a thumbs up on whichever venue you're watching my video on. I usually have a couple of y'all watching, which is great. Sometimes you're quiet, sometimes not as much. But if you leave me those thumbs up, it lets me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing. And maybe I'm giving you some extra creative ideas. The Fastifab for this collection was kind of bright and colorful, also with these stripes as well. Foam squares on this guy, because why not pop up the camera here? There's the, oops, don't stick to my nail polish that I just had done. Here we go. Okay, this one's going to go here. And there's that. Let's angle that a little bit. Why not? And then we have our balloons and our sign and our other mat over here. I will hold these up in just a moment so that way you can see them closer. But like I said, your photos are absolutely going to pop on this page. Let me tell you, if they don't pop, I don't know what else would make them pop. But there we go. And the Fastifab just usually make our pages so fun and easy to put together. You definitely don't need to add the film strip to it. I just wanted to do something different and unique and fun. And I think I succeeded. But if you just want to put your photos on the mats and then put them on your page, go for it. Because that's the whole intention of the Fastifab. So here is the left side of my page. It's got a lot going on. I'll give it that. And here is the right side. I could see some carnival photos on this one. I can see just some fun at the fair or the amusement park, the theme park, wherever you go, having a family fun day and throwing some photos on here. So that is it for me for tonight. I am going to get some rest. I probably will not be back on before Sunday. So I hope you enjoy the 2 sketches I've put up so far. Leave me a comment if you want to know. I did cut these all from the one sheet again. If you want me to demo that one again, just let me know. And here is the sketch one final time. Until next time.